Hey guys, this is Regine, and today we are going to be learning about how can I represent fractions on a number line. To start, we're going to focus on proper fractions. So proper fractions are fractions that are between 0 and 1. So they are greater than 0 but less than 1. And a fraction is a number that looks like this. It is a number that is, again, greater than 0 and less than 1. Perhaps, you have a pie and one whole pie, and you don't want to eat the whole pie. You only want to eat one piece out of 4 pieces. And that's what a fraction is. It shows that one piece you've eaten out of 4. And quite often you'll find that in your textbook, on tests, that the fractions are being represented on a number line instead of a picture. A picture is a bit easier, but you do need to be familiar with the number line. So if I want to show my fraction, and by the way, this is called the numerator. The top number is called the numerator, and the bottom number is called the denominator. It's down, so it is the denominator, and on top we have the numerator. You need to be familiar with those two vocabulary words. So the denominator tells me how many parts I have. So in this fraction, I have 4 parts. So I will break up my number line into 4 parts. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. The first tick mark doesn't count, so because it's at 0. But I have 1 here, 2 here, 3 here, and 4 here. So 1/4 is actually right here. This is 1/4. We can label the other pieces too so you can see. This would be 2/4. We have 3/4 right here. And this piece over here is 4/4. It's the 4th piece out of 4 total pieces, but that represents the whole pie. If we go back to that example again, if I eat all 4 pieces out of 4, I have eaten my entire pie. So this is how you would break it up using a number line. All right, let's try some other example. Actually, you know what? Let me put that back here because I actually think I do want to compare something for you guys. So I will put that number line, that 4th number line right here. So we have 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. All right, so that's 1/4, but I do want to show you another fraction. So when you're trying to represent your fractions, whether it's a picture or a number line, you do want your drawing to be consistent. So if you notice, I'm trying to consistently draw my number line the same size so that there's no confusion. So right here, I want to represent the fraction 1/2. Again, the numerator is 1, the denominator is 2. So the denominator tells me how many parts I have in my fraction. So I have 2 parts here. So I can easily make 2 parts. So remember, this is 0. This is the full 1. It's a proper fraction. It's between 0 and 1. So this is the first half, and this is the second half. So 1/2 is right here. But the reason I kept this other number line up here is because I do want to show you that a lot of fractions are equal to each other. You'll be learning a lot about equivalent fractions, and 1/2 and 2/4 are equivalent fractions. 2/4 is halfway, right in the middle of this number line. And 1/2 is the same thing. It's right in the middle of this number line. So it doesn't matter if I cut my pie exactly in half, or if I cut my pie in 4 pieces and I eat 2 out of the 4 pieces, I'm actually eating the same portion with that. So I do want you to keep that in mind, but we'll definitely do more practice with that. All right, you can pause the video once I give you a fraction to try it on your own first. So let's say we have the fraction 5/7. So you can pause and try your own number line and then come back and see if you have something like I have. All right, so 7 tells me, is my denominator. It tells me how many parts I have. And it's not the easiest thing to draw, so bear with me here. So we're going to try to split it up into 7 pieces, but yeah, it doesn't come as easily as the other ones. 1, 2, 7. All right, so that will work. So here we have 1/7, 2/7, 3/7, 4/7, 5/7. That's what we're looking for, 5/7, 6/7, and over here, like I said, this is 7/7, which is 1 whole. All right, we'll try a few more for you to see. All right, if I have the fraction 1/5, again, you can pause the video, try it on your own first, and see if yours look like mine. So we're doing proper fraction between 0 and 1. I'm going to break this up into 5 pieces because that's what my denominator. 5 is like 7. It's sort of a tough one to draw, but let's see if we can get this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I think that. And you do try to make them evenly spaced as much as possible. I know it can be hard to do. All right, and this will be our 5/5, and the fraction we're looking for is 1/5. So it's pretty early on in our number line. It's a small number. All right, and we're just practicing drawing just again so you can get really good at this. So you will have to compare fractions a lot in 3rd grade, and you do want to be able to draw them. So if I have to draw 1/3, it's a little easier, I think. All right, I think that's close. So 1/3, 2/3, and this is 3/3, which represent our 1 whole. And again, I don't know if you're noticing this, but every time it's a whole, the numerator and denominator are the same. Oh, let me show you another one where I can use this to show equivalent fraction. So not every fraction, is equal to each other, but as you get better with fraction, you'll start noticing the equivalent fraction. So 4/6 has a fraction that is equal to one of these fractions up here. So I will break this up into 6 parts. So this is, remember, it's 0 to 1, 1/6, 2/6, 3/6, 4/6, 5/6. So 4/6 is right here, and as you can see, it is equal to 2/3. So again, if I have a pie and I broke it up into 3 pieces, I can eat 2 out of the 3 pieces, or I can take a pie that's the exact same size and break it up into 6 pieces, in which case if I want to eat the same amount, I would eat 4 smaller pieces, but it would be equal to 2 out of the 3 pieces. And again, the whole is 6/6. Now, before we stop, I do want to show you about improper fractions. So we've been learning about fractions that are greater than 0 but less than 1. But there are fractions that exist that are greater than 1. So we will practice some of that. So let's say we have this. It can get higher, and as you go up in your grades, you will see that it can get, obviously, infinitely high. But 5/4 is not that high. So we have 0, we have 1, we have 2. So this is just our regular number line, 0, 1, 2. We could continue 3, 4. But now we want to break it up into fraction. This is still the exact same thing. The denominator still tells us how many part we have. So I have 4 part, and you just take them one at a time. So I'm going to break between 0 and 1. I'm going to break this into 4 parts. So I have 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. My 1 whole is 4/4, but I'm looking for 5/4. So I need to go past this 1 whole, and I'm going to break up the section between 1 and 2 into 4 parts. And now I have 5/4 right here. So this is what I'm looking for. But we can continue 6/4, 7/4, and this would even be 8/4, and it continues like this. So 5/4 is an improper fraction. We also can write improper fraction as a mixed number because we have 1 whole, we have passed the 1, but we are actually 1/4, and we've added another 1/4 to it. So 5/4 is the same thing as 1 and 1/4. It is past the 1, and then it has another 4th added to it. Those are the exact same thing, 2 equal way of writing your fraction. All right, we're going to do one more improper fraction. All right, so let's say we have this 7/3. So again, you can pause, try it on your own first, and see if you have the same thing as I do. We know it's an improper fraction when the numerator is greater than the denominator. So we have 0, 1. Oh, and actually, I think this one, I went above and beyond, but that's all right. We're just going to need more space. And when you become more familiar, you'll know how much space you'll need. So on our regular number line, we have 0, we have 1, we have 2, we have 3. All right, so our denominator tells us how many parts we need to break our fraction into. So between 0 and 1, I'm going to break it up into 3 parts. So this is 1/3, 2/3. My 1 whole is 3/3, but I'm looking for 7/3, so we continue. All right, so we break up between 1 and 2. We also break it up into 3 parts. So we have 4/3, 5/3, 6/3 even, but even at 2 whole 6/3, we still continue because I have 7/3 here. So let's see. We break up between 2 and 3 into 3 parts. So now I finally got it. 7/3 right here. And there would be an 8/3, 9/3 if you wanted to continue filling them out, but this is what I'm looking for, 7/3. And another way to write 7/3 is I have actually gone past the 2. So I have a little bit more than 2. It's the first one that I have out of the 3 parts. So it is 2 1/3. All right, so to review today, we looked at how we can use number lines to write our fractions. We know that the denominator tells us how many parts to break up our fraction into, and our numerator, we can just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until we've reached a number on the numerator that we're looking for. All right, I hope this helped you, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.